In this presentation, we're going to look at the resources available from the ABC-UTC. The ABC-UTC general activities are summarized on this slide, and they're broken into technology transfer, research, and workforce development. You can see here some of the examples under each category. Shown here is the ABC-UTC website main page, and you can see that some of the menus here mirror the main activities that are under the ABC-UTC. So we have a research tab, an education tab, and then the rest of these are related to technology transfer, our webinars, resources, conference, and events and news. On the left side of our website, we have our general information on the ABC-UTC. So you can see About Us, Center Partners, Center Administration, Key Researchers, Advisory Committee, Conference, Students, Mentors, Project and Research Databases, and all of our reports and publications. On the top, we have our different drop-down menus. Right here, we have a search feature where it searches all the content on the website. Here we have a list of all the upcoming events related to ABC. And then here we have some of the monthly webinars and other upcoming ABC-UTC events. One of the great features on the website is our search all content feature here. So if you don't know specifically what you're looking for, but you know a keyword and you want all the content on the website related to that keyword, just type it in here and click enter and you'll get all the resources related to that keyword. So often that's one of the main features that I'll use on the website. If you go to the research drop-down menu, you'll get several different options here. And our research projects are compiled based on the lead university for that research project. So we have FIU, Iowa State, University of Nevada, Reno, University of Oklahoma, and University of Washington. All the research projects summarized there. To date, there have been over 100 research projects related to ABC conducted under the ABC-UTC. And all the projects have a summary page where the completed projects will have final reports. The more recent projects completed in the last couple of years will all have ABC-UTC guides. And there are also links to other publications. And for more recent projects, even short summary videos. The ABC-UTC guides are also compiled under Resources and ABC-UTC Guides. Here you can see a list of all the ABC-UTC guides completed to date. And here's an example title page for one of those guides. The next menu over has the education activities. So here we have our professor's workshop and our graduate student spotlight, K-12 resources, some of our college resources, continuing education courses, and a summary of all of our different activities and outreach. So if you do any kind of K-12 outreach, one of our main focuses the last couple of years has been on K-12. So we've done a number of summer camps and different activities for K-12 students and teachers. So we have all of these resources compiled here on this page. So feel free to go and click around a lot of the activity pages. I'll have a full description of the activity, what resources are required, and some of them I also have sample presentations for you. The college module, under the college resources, we have 2 PowerPoint presentations that have already been created related to ABC and seismic. These were created by Saeed Saidi at University of Nevada, Reno. So if you're interested in that, you can click there and look at those 2 presentations as well. The next tab is our webinars tab, and here we have all of our web training events that are held by the ABC-UTC. And this is one of the main or the primary resources on the ABC-UTC website. So here I'm just highlighting 2 of them, the monthly webinars, and this has the upcoming webinar and then the monthly webinar archive, where we have an archive for all the past webinar events. So you can see the rest of the web training events have a similar format where we have a link to the current event and then an archive of the previously held events. A summary of some of the web training events is shown on this slide. First, we have our monthly webinars. These are free webinars, and all of our web training events are free. And so these are free monthly webinars for engineers and other bridge professionals. And I attend these as well, so they're good for university professors as well, with content ranging from design issues to construction and contracting. And these started back in March 2011. The virtual symposiums, there's been are all-day virtual events providing the latest essential information that bridge professionals need to know to effectively put ABC into practice. The 2020 symposium was the first and only symposium to date, and this had 15 different presentations from 17 different speakers. So I'll mention it again later in the presentation, but the virtual symposium, if you're new to ABC, I would suggest going to the virtual symposium and looking through the presentations and picking out the ones of interest to you. Next, we have our annual in-depth web training events, and these are more detailed. So they're 6 30-minute modules in a free 4-hour training. And these are on specific ABC projects or a topic related to ABC. Next, we have our research seminars, which are quarterly, and these provide an overview of specific ABC-UTC research projects. They're presented by the PI and the graduate student who worked on the project. And then finally, we have our research days, which are semi-annual half-day events where many of the ongoing projects will be presented on by the PIs. So it's a 10 to 15 minute presentation on the current status of some of our ongoing ABC-UTC research projects. The monthly webinar archives are one of the best resources on the website. So here's an example of one of the monthly webinar archives. So you can see we have a video recording of the archive, links to the PDFs for the presentations and other documents that are related, and then also some short description and some pictures for the events. As of June 2021, there have been over 123 monthly webinars to date, and all of these have a video recording and the PDF content. So feel free to explore these. The next web training event that I wanted to highlight is the virtual symposium. The first virtual symposium was held, so the ABCs of ABC was held on December 4th of 2020. And you can see the schedule here. A recording was taken and posted on the website for each of the different sessions. And there's a downloadable PDF of the presentation for each of the sessions. So you can see there's a wide variety of topics related to ABC, and a lot of the speakers are the experts in that specific topic. So again, if you're new to ABC or want to get a sense of the ABC UTC resources, the virtual symposium page here is probably where you should start. So go here and look through all these presentations. The in-depth web training events have been going on annually since 2014, and you can see a list here of all the previous in-depth web trainings. So it's a mix between different projects, different state approaches to ABC, and some other topics like the seismic applications. And we had an in-depth web training event in 2020 on the AASHTO LRFD guide specification for ABC. Here is an example of one of the archives for the in-depth web training events. This one is for the 2020 in-depth web training on the AASHTO LRFD guide specification for ABC. And you can see that there are video recordings for all the modules and PDFs for all the presentations, and also PDFs for some of the related documents that are referenced. Our research seminars are archived similar to our other web training events. There are 22 past quarterly research seminars as of June 2021. And these are on different ABC-UTC research projects. Similar to all of our other web training events, there's a video of the of the event and downloadable PDF documents. Shown here is an example of an archive for one of our research days. So here you can see the schedule. So it's a short 10 to 15-minute presentation for different research projects. And there's a video for each presentation from these sessions. The next menu over is the Resources tab, and there are a number of different options under this menu. The first three are highlighted here, the Project and Research Database. So I'm going to talk more about the Project and Research Database, but this is one of the main resources that's available on the ABC-UTC website. So, and it's a great resource for using in class. We also have the ABC-UTC guides, which I talked about earlier. These were developed for almost all of our more recent ABC-UTC research projects. And then the next tab is a link to different state DOT reference materials. So different states will have different specifications and descriptions and resources available. So all the resources for these different states are shown here. So if you're a professor in a certain state, you can go to your state and see what your local resources are related to ABC. The next three pages are the first ones related to implemented advanced technologies. These are different technologies and products that are used and being used in ABC, so kind of more innovative products here. Then we have an industries page, and this is a link to all of this has links to all different resources from some of the concrete bridge, steel bridge, and composite bridge industry groups. And then finally, we have a link here to the ABC Joint Subcommittee through TRB. If you're involved in TRB and you want to get more involved in ABC, I would recommend going to this page and becoming more involved with this joint subcommittee. The next page under resources is related to FHWA materials. So FHWA has been looking into ABC and implementing it and researching it for a number of years. And they have a lot of good resources on their website. So a lot of the technical notes and reports and relevant pages are summarized and referenced on this FHWA page. Finally, there's a page that summarizes the SHARP 2 implementation program. So this program was kind of focused in ABC, and you can see they came up with a webinar series for lateral slides and some different toolkits and resources. So you can go to this page if you want to check out some of those resources. The next tab here is for conferences. And this tab has information on our upcoming conferences and also our conference archives. So typically we'll hold an international conference every other year, but this past year with COVID, we changed that up. So there's going to be a virtual conference this year in December 2021 with an emphasis on international experience. And then in 2022, there will be another in-person international ABC conference, which will be face-to-face in Miami. So you can put these on your calendar and look under this menu for more details on these upcoming events. There's also a conference archives section. And in this section, there are programs, conference proceedings, workshop details, and handouts that are available for the past four conferences. So you can see a list of those here, some of the videos that are available, and also an example of the papers and extended abstracts PDF that you can download from the conference archives page. One of the best resources on the ABC-UTC website is the ABC Project Database. And this database has information on over 120 ABC projects that have been completed and over 70 ABC research projects. You can access the ABC Project Database through the ABC-UTC website. So you come here to the left menu, or you can go under the Resources tab and click on the Project and Research Database. And here you can go to the databases or download the user guide. The database is currently being redesigned, so it's not available right now, but some of the features that it has are a keyword search feature, a faceted navigation interface, and a list of all the bridge projects in the database with a little thumbnail with some summary information and pictures. A project summary page is available for each one of the projects, and you can see on this slide some of the information that's contained on each one of these project summary pages. One of the most useful features of the project summary page is the gallery view and all the photos contained for each project. So for my classes, if I'm looking for an example of a bridge that's used some kind of technology that I'm teaching on, I'll search for that technology and pick out a bridge, and then I can go there and I can find different photos that I can integrate into my presentations and things from the ABC project database. There are also downloadable resources for many of the projects, or most of the projects in the database. And for me, one of the most useful ones is the contract plans. I can go here and I can look and I can take a screenshot and get an exact detail for, specific detail for what is being used in actual bridge construction projects. There are a few different ways that you can search the database. The first method is to use the interactive map. So with this, you can zoom into the state or where you're located, and you can see what projects are close to your university. So you can try to connect your students to a local ABC project. The second method of search is the faceted navigation pane. So the pane on the left, you can select what beam material you're looking for. So if you're teaching a concrete class or a steel class, you can select that specific item. And then you can look and it'll pull up all the projects in the database with that specific characteristic. Finally, there's also a keyword search. And with this, you can type in any keywords you're interested in. You can also go to the keywords page on our ABC-UTC website and copy and paste those keywords. And those keywords are designed to pull up only the projects where those keywords are listed from the keywords in the ABC-UTC website. On the next few slides, I'm going to talk about how I've used some of the ABC UTC resources in my classroom and how I think that you could use the ABC UTC resources in your classroom as well. The first is you can learn about ABC. And I'd recommend the first resource that you go to is our symposiums archive. So you can see here, this is a good collection of short presentations in different topics by industry experts. So it's a great place to go if you're new to ABC. So you can go there if you want to learn, or you can encourage your students to go there, or you can assign it as an assignment for your class. The second way that I've used the ABC UTC resources in the classroom is by getting pictures of ABC aspects and example projects for specific applications from the ABC project database. So you'll see in some of the other presentations that we have developed for you, there will be different pictures of the different applications from the database. So you can see here, full depth precast deck panels. We have an example project and some pictures of them being installed, and you can see some of the details with the straight and hooked bar connection. And then pocket connections with the cast-in steel shell and a grouted duct connector between precast column segments. Another way that I've used the resources in the classroom is by having case study modules in my classes and having assignments based on the monthly webinars. So here I just chose 3 webinars that I think are interesting for the students to learn more about ABC. So this is from a precast concrete design course that I teach. And you can see I'd have them watch the 3 modules, I have them watch the 3 monthly webinars, and then put together a 3 to 5 page single-spaced document answering some different questions. And then I also give you here the rubric that I use to grade the assignment. And the final way that I think you can use the ABC-UTC resources in the classroom is you can use them to keep up to date on the state of the art and the state of practice. So you can keep up to date on what research we're performing at the ABC-UTC. And also you can keep up to date by tuning into some of the monthly webinars and the other web training events. That concludes this presentation on the ABC-UTC resources. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to email me at the email address listed on this slide.